Alright guys, Zillakami has just been exposed for having relations with someone who wasn't 18 and a quite bit under. If you didn't know, Zillakami is one half of the duo that makes up City Morgue, a huge trap metal group. This is their Spotify, and this is Zilla's, so you can see they're pretty big and it's not looking good whatsoever. Zillakami has a huge fan base. The allegations were disgusting, are disgusting. The response was confusing and it's not looking very good for him. Furthermore, this entire situation transpired a couple days ago, and because I didn't immediately make a video, I'll be able to walk you through the entire situation from beginning to the end. There might be some more stuff that comes out afterwards, but this is pretty much it, and let you decide as a viewer what happened. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here's how it began. On July 10th, Zillakami's ex, @ByDecky, on Twitter went on a rant about how Zillakami was a horrible person and a P-word. Anyways, here's what she said. Zillakami is your favorite rapper, but he had relations with a 15-year-old at 22. And y'all wanna wonder why I kept my silence about dating him for years. Okay, first red flag. You knew about this and didn't say anything? Okay, keep going. And you'll start to see, by the way, that this is Zillakami's ex-girlfriend, and he's not exactly a great person. You know, a lot of times people, when they go through these situations, they don't really want it to be outed to the public, but she just did anyway for her own gain, which you'll find out later. But let's keep going. I have time today. I have screenshots of Zillakami in his 20s, linking with Sleazy Skiz when she was 15. Zillakami emotionally A-worded me for years, landed me in the hospital. I protected his image, bro, and his entire camp has countlessly sorry, I have to censor that, girls who weren't 18 backstage, and done unthinkable. I wouldn't wish what he's done to me on my worst enemy. By the way, this was like very normal behavior for like rock and like metal and punk bands in like the 70s and 80s, and you know. I have never in my life come for anyone's career or what they have done, but Zillakami is a P-word and one of the most evil people I've ever known and robbed me of everything in my life. By the way, so these are pretty like large, like huge accusations. You know, these are crazy accusations. These are not something, this is career ending, career destroying, something that could even get you locked up. These are that crazy, right? So people were like, yo, are you lying? We need to see proof, right? Another thing they were also confused about is they thought this was about her. They thought it was her age, but no, it was actually another girl. And because of that, they realized, wait, your age doesn't lie up. You weren't 15 at this time. However, she was talking about another girl. That's why she said it later. But then she sent a fake screenshot, which didn't make any sense. And here's what the fake screenshot said. Yes, he was fully aware at the time. He invited me to an apartment somewhere in New York. I was about to turn 16. I think he lives there with Sauce Muller or whatever. I asked that he keep me out of this, because I have a boyfriend and I don't want to get into any trouble legally. If that's where you're taking it, I apologize if this happened to you and everything he's done. He's a terrible person, and there's countless stories. She also said, I am protecting her too. So after this, she lost all of her credibility. You know, her reputation was tarnished and people just accepted, yo, it's all fake. Oh my God, Zillakami is innocent. But wait. The next day, July 11th, Sleazy Skiz herself decided to speak on what was going on because she saw the fake screenshot going around and was getting harassed, spammed in the comments because, you know, this guy has a big fan base. So she came out and said that she never wanted to speak about this but feels like she needs to since people were lying on her and speaking on her behalf. So it was either she lies and denies all of it, or she speaks the truth. And you know, she's already been outed. She didn't want this. I don't know why Zillakami's ex made up a screenshot. If you look at her Twitter, it's all like, it's filled with a bunch of like God quotes about gods. I don't know. Anyways, let's keep going. So here's what she said on her story. I want to address the rumor going around involving my identity. Somebody posted a fabricated screenshot of me saying I was involved with Zillakami when I was 16. The screenshot is fake, but there is truth to the story. I left this part of my life in the past and I want to keep it that way. But now I feel like I must say something as this story has gone out without my consent and I want to tell my story on my own terms. She then says, I was 14 when Zillakami first reached out to me via DM. He was fully aware of my age and I was honest about it. Yo, why are you hitting up? Yo, that's crazy. When we hung out for the first time, nothing sexual happened, but he did give me shrooms. That's a little weird. Why would you give a 14-year-old? Okay, think about it. It's an older dude that's of age and 14-year-old. You know, that's weird. I was starting to have a bad trip and he sent me a car home. The second time we hung out, I was 15. This time we engaged they had relations. I had a lot of respect for him as an artist back then, but after that time, I didn't see him the same way. After that, I didn't hear from him again until months later. When he messaged me again, I had just started talking to someone who is now my ex. He asked to hang out and I said we could, but it wouldn't be like the last time because there was someone I was trying to be serious with, my ex. After I told him that, he stopped messaging me and we didn't talk ever again. Dang, this guy is a scumbag. If it's true, of course, which it seems like it is. One day, I was looking through my DMs. I realized my messages with Zillakami disappeared. I think he might have deleted this from his end, When I realized I no longer had DMs of our conversations, I realized there was no tangible proof of us ever meeting. This is why I never felt like I could tell my story, because I know how the internet is, especially the victims that involve an artist lots of people praise. When there's no proof, people find it hard to believe the victims. It's usually very hard myself, and I acknowledge that I could have made smarter choices and avoided that situation, but I also reminded myself that I was a kid and he was an adult. He should have done better. Okay, so basically he deleted messages of them linking up to kind of like cover his tracks, and she realized, wait, one thing I'm confused is I believe if someone deletes messages on Instagram, it deletes on only their end, so I think she might have lost them, or maybe she's recounting, I'm not sure. And Zillakami, so basically unsent the messages. So she's like, dang, the proof is gone. By the way, if you take it legally, they will recover the messages, but clearly she didn't want to do that. She then says, I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger, and I still make mistakes now, but every day I'm working on progressing and improving myself to better my life. I don't want what's happened to define me and gloss over all the progress I've achieved till now. I've addressed this with the person that posted the fake screenshot of me talking about Zillakami, but going forward, I hope people can be more respectful and not post things without people's consent. Basically, that ex of his is kind of a scumbag too. It's like, why, what's wrong with you, right? Clearly, by the way, that girl did not care about like Zillakami's behavior. She's just trying to get revenge. So it seems like, and if something horrible has happened to her, I'm not trying to downplay that. You're not doing anyone any favors by leaking their story. It's been emotionally exhausting for me to find out at work what's been posted about me and feeling like I'm forced to speak out on something that I tried to leave in the past. I ask that people don't message me about this anymore because I just want to move on. I don't condone anyone's actions other than my own. I'll be clear, what happened wasn't okay, but I made my peace with it. It's my right to do so. My past doesn't define me. I'm allowed to move on. Thank you, Shy. Okay, so will Zillakami respond? Will he not? That's the question, right? So afterwards, Zillakami's comments were flooded with people asking him, yo, what's going on? Did you really have relations with a 15-year-old when you're 22? They were like Kendrick Lamar gifts, and it's, he a fan. Zilla got a weird case. Why is he still around? Stuff like that. When this was happening, he deleted the majority of the comments and blocked people that were talking about it. But of course, I guess someone was like, bro, you gotta talk about this. And he came out with a response. So what could he possibly say? Yo, I'm innocent. I did not do this. Here's what he said, all right? And I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely up there with SSG Kobe sending an apology 1 month later in his Discord, but it's pretty bad. He said, dealing with severe depression during and after the last tour ended me up in the clinic, where I was told by doctors I needed time to focus on myself. Something I've always put to the side while trying to make sure everybody around me was good, which had me mentally at my lowest. Bro, what? Dealing with a person that was around me, using me, while knowing I was not able to comprehend their ulterior motives, they took advantage of me being blind to what they tried to sell me as love. But it was only love until they no longer had access to me or the things that I could provide for them, trying to isolate me from my loved ones and friends while also trying to sedate me by introducing me to harmful substances to alter my state of mind and keep me in the dark of their real nature. This, I'm pretty sure he's talking about Baideki, his ex, and this could be very well true, thinking of like how she already tried to manipulate the internet by posting a fake screenshot. Like, you're really weird for that. I'm not the first person to go through this, where when a person cannot get what they want from someone, they obsessively try to victimize themselves. But I will handle this professionally instead of taking it to the internet. My legal team will ensure any false defamation against me is taken care of. Okay, wait, what? This has nothing to do with the actual allegation. He's talking about the ex. So in his response, he's talking about his depression and how his ex took advantage of him. But no one really cared about the ex at this point. Everyone was talking about the 15-year-old girl and whether he did what was alleged. He could have easily said, no, I did not. But you gotta understand, the guilty thing is not... if you're guilty, right? So there's this big YouTuber right now named Cody Ko, and the reason why everybody thinks he's guilty is, number one, multiple people have come out against him. So there's this other YouTuber named Tana Mojo, and he had, they slept together when he was 25 and she was 17. I think this other YouTuber talked about it. She outed him too. And what he's done is he's censored his YouTube comments, and he's also neither denied it nor confirmed it. So like, if you confirm it, you're obviously guilty, but if you deny it, now you could be lying, which could be used against you in court. All right. Anyways, it looks like this guy seems like he is taking it to court against. I'm confused. Anyways, after this, Sleazy Skiz was getting a lot of backlash since in her story she didn't provide any screenshots of DMs because she said Zillakami had deleted them on his end. People took this as her saying Zillakami also deleted her message. That's what I took it out as, but it wasn't true at all because obviously that's not possible. She eventually found her DMs later, and it shows that he did delete the majority of messages on his end. So here's what she said. Messages were found. Scrolled through 4 years of DMs to locate the DMs. He blocked me after we talked and deleted a lot of his messages. Y'all want the proof so bad. This proves my point. Nobody believes victims unless there's tangible proof. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That is a bad thing, but it's also like a good thing. Think about it. If someone just throws evidence of like, if you just come out with these allegations, you could really tear someone's career down. So I think, some proof is needed, but She has a point too. There will always be victims who don't have hard evidence. True too. Y'all want to hold on to your favorite rappers so bad it's hilarious. You forced my hand, so I dealt it. With a card emoji. So she shares some DMs. You go to school anyways. That's something, lol. Anyway, but it won't be like my first time. I have a boyfriend, thank you. But you still do shrooms? Yeah, I do. Not OD, but it's laughing giggles. What's Dorehadoro? Oh, it's an anime that's trippy as It's supposed to be weird. Ooh, let's do it. Okay, so she's just down. So these messages line up with what she had originally posted earlier. He asked her if she still did shrooms. By the way, think of it. Why are you hanging out with a 15, 14-year-old and doing shrooms? Like, and come on, bro. With what she had originally posted earlier, he asked her if she still did shrooms since he gave some to her before, and then mentions her being at school. When talking about linking, she says anytime, but it won't be like my last time. P, I have a boyfriend now. That lines up with what she said on her story. He has to hang out, but I said we could, but it wouldn't be like last time because there's someone I was trying to be serious with, my ex. After I told him he stopped messaging me, and we didn't talk ever again. Sorry, I'm running out of breath. Damn. Okay. This was in 2020, meaning Sleazy Skiz was 15, turning 16 since her birthday is in May. Zillakami was 21, pushing 22, since his birthday is on September 20th, 1998. People thought he was born in 1999, since that's what Google said, and Zillakami never corrected it. But it was revealed that he was actually born a year before, and his Wikipedia has been corrected since then. Here are the pictures. Now, after Sleazy Skiz posted the screenshot, people began to immediately say it was fake and to show a recording. So she did that. She showed a recording. People began to say that the screen recording was fake because the UI looked different and it didn't say Instagram user at the top. So this fan that sent me a bunch of info reached out and asked for another video where she presses his profile and refreshes, which she did. She then posted about how people were spamming her with DMs and threats, calling her all sorts of slurs and just disgusting stuff in general. And I'm not even gonna post them. Just know it's a montage of like people saying she's lying for clout. Girl, if it's real, then it's just, and there's more stuff, but I just don't feel like censoring every single thing. They're just very like mean messages. So after this, people began to say she was lying about her age, and she was actually 18 when everything went down and was 23 to 24 right now, which isn't true. She turned 20 last month, meaning she was 15 in 2020. The reason people were saying this is because Sleazy has had tattoos for years, and people were saying that she's only 18-year-olds can get tattoos, but anyone can get tatted if they really want to. And the fact that people try to use this is hypocritical too, because Zillakami was 15 to 16 when he also had tats. Anyways, people try to do some more digging to prove her age, and lo and behold, she has a post on her page from 2022 where she celebrated her 18th birthday. If that wasn't enough proof, people then looked up her mom's Instagram where she has birthday posts back years that all line up. So there's no faking that. And we censored out her friends. So anyways, after this, people said she was cloud chasing since she was promoting her clothing brand right after. But she had already planned on her clothes for months to drop when this came out. She wasn't going to delay her source of income over something that she never wanted to speak about in the first place. And I'm not gonna lie, if she makes some money off of this, good for you, right? Like, think about it. Remember, the only reason why she spoke about it is because Zillakami's ex posted about it on Twitter. So she was forced to speak about everything. She was never really chasing clout. On July 13th, Sleazy Skiz posted one last story about the situation since she didn't want to keep talking about it and her family was starting to get harassed. So here's what she said. My final message. I know recent events have been a lot to take in, and I just want to thank everyone who has shown support and empathy. I know it's hard to believe everything you see on the internet, but I've always tried to be as genuine and as truthful as it can be. This is my truth, and I came out with my story because I was put in a spot where I either had to lie/deny or speak and tell the truth. If legal action is being taken and I am reached out to, I will fully be prepared to speak out again. There is only the truth, and I will provide it in a legal setting if I have to. I will not halt my life and my plans in spite of what I was pushed to do. People have asked me for the truth, I gave it. They asked me for proof, I provided it. Dang, she's standing on business right now. I never brought this to light to begin with. This totally adds up too, like, think about it. She did not mention this once, ever. So like, why would she lie about this? And she was outed, and she clearly said she didn't want to be outed because it was like a nuisance to her. And if someone wanted clout, like, this is your golden ticket. I've already made peace with what it is, as I've already mentioned, and those who are or have gone through similar situations, I hope you as well find peace and strength to speak up for yourself if you have to. I don't want my experience and the hate to scare anyone going through similar circumstances. There will be hate no matter what. We can't control others, but we can control our actions. The world will always be ugly, but you can still make it beautiful. Shy. So that was the final message, but here's what's crazy. More allegations came out. So after Sleazy came out with her story, more women began to come out with their experiences with Zillakami. All of these women deleted their posts after because they began to get doxxed and harassed by Zillakami fans. That's crazy, come on. Now, no one knows if that's truly why they deleted their posts or if it's because Zillakami threatened legal action against them, since he has been looking at everything being posted in the Reddit and has already claimed before he would be taking legal action against anyone accusing him of things. So yeah, not good. So a user by the name of Bubble0739 posted old screenshots about a time Zillakami DM'd her in 2020 when she was 17, a month away from being 18. Now I guess this isn't as bad since she was quote unquote only a month away from being 18, but when she told Zillakami this, he responded with 1 month cowboy hat emoji, as if he was waiting for her to turn 18. I believe this is called pre-ordering. Now, once again, this isn't as bad compared to the girl that came out with her story after this. We'll get into that later. So here's the Reddit post. DMs from 2020, throwaway account. DMs from my old deleted Instagram account that I used when I pursued modeling at 17. Posted these due to the recent allegations. Forward screenshot, cropped out FaceTime with my current boyfriend when I was showing him my DMs. Found these screenshots I sent to a friend in my iMessages. He asked me where I stayed at and when I'd be back in New York. I told him I was taken and he said he didn't care. He later followed my friend and started messaging her, and she was 16. I used to be a big fan of him growing up. Now after these DMs, I couldn't listen to him anymore. Now I'm 21. I can't imagine messaging someone who's not 18. So first you can see he started following her, then he liked her comment. Thank you, Zillakami. He then says, I didn't know a hot model followed me. I would have followed before. What? Cowboy emoji. Dude, a huge fan of you, for real. Music getting me through. He then says, how old you are? I'm 17, bro. I'm turning 18 next month. Sorry, bro. He said 1 month, and you can kind of see a reaction. That's crazy. Anyways, there's more. A day after this, a user by the name of HYMN within 343 posted about her experience with Zillakami when she was 17 and he was 21. She talks about how Zillakami was sexual with her when she was not of age and still in school, talking about her getting wet in class and waiting for her to graduate to give her a kiss. Wanting to eat her, I'm not gonna say that, when she was on her period, base something her and pounding her, and wanting to take a video of her, let's just say N-word, while she was not of age. Pretty much wanting to produce, you know what. This is really bad. Stuff like this is so crazy that I'm like, how did he not get exposed earlier? Like, how did this just come out now? It's actually crazy. Like, think about all the people out there right now that haven't been yo, this is also, how do you DM this type of stuff and not expect to get exposed? Like, this is so, like, there's no way you do this multiple times and not get caught, you know what I mean? But maybe their ego is just, anyways, let's go over it. Watching these stories unfold and how these women are being treated is really disheartening, so I feel like I need to share my own proof. I was 17 when Zillakami first hit me up in 2019. We talked from 2019 to 2020, including FaceTime calls. I was transparent with the fact that I was underage and still in high school, as shown in these messages. He continuously begged for me to come see him at a show near me. If anyone needs more proof, I can screen record the whole DM exchange. As this is more surface level, most of the DMs are very sexual. I was never going to share any of this, especially with those women being harassed, but it's unfair for Zillakami to pretend as if he never did anything wrong. Shut up. Shut up. Head, shoulders, and knees. Okay, good morning. Passed my science test. Got 2 on my math test, though. This dude is a grown man talking to girls, saying, pass my math test. Come on, dude. Have fun taking tests, and congrats. I'll give you a kiss but misery. I have passed 2 out of 5 tests. Then when I finish, I graduate and never have to go back. I will take a kiss, though. I'll give you one when you graduate. Dude, this guy's like an experienced, what are you? Cuties, huh? That's my sock. STFU, shut the fuck. Tell me why there was a cat in the school bathroom. Fire, give it a kiss. I'll give you a kiss. And he says, I'll give you a kiss and some more. Cat, really? Yes. I'll kiss you and okay. Can't say those things. You got me. Wow. Guess I'm just gonna say J off. I'm dying. Dying how? Okay, you're getting, he's telling her he's gonna, thank you. No problem. Okay, I miss you. Mine. I claim that. Me when you get on your period, I hate you. Okay. She also provided 2 screen recordings of the DMs, and I'll put them here, and I'll just speed through them or something so you can see them. But like they kind of they have to get censored because certain things he said. Anyways, yes, she was 17 at the time, so people won't consider it wrong, but she was literally still in school. It's also not right to have a conversation with a minor and a very sexual, and that's weird. And obviously the adult should be the one responsible here. Come on, bro. So in reply, another user came out with a screenshot of Zilla asking to meet up with her at a hotel without asking her age at all. The poster was not a minor at the time and simply posted this to say that Zilla was irresponsible to try and meet up with someone without an age check, and accuses him of putting his hands down her pants, and he had to stop him and tell him no multiple times before he finally stopped trying. Okay. Here's the Reddit post. We'll probably delete this, but I think it should be seen after the screen recording video posted. I tried commenting on the girl who posted the screen recordings of her message with them, but I guess since I don't use Reddit, it won't let me. I debated posting these, but seeing how he was talking to me and the girl in the screen recording when I was with him days after, I feel like I should. I met with him at a hotel in 2019. I was not a minor, but I don't remember him asking my age. He tried to have with me. He tried putting his hands down and I had to stop to tell him no multiple times before he finally stopped trying. At the time, I guess I just overlooked it because he was one of my favorite artists, and his music really helped me with my depression. Now, seeing everything come to light, I feel disgusted that he basically was using me while also doing the same with another girl, while also telling her he loved her, which is also so terrible. It really sucks because now I can't listen to his music again when it was something I used to turn for comfort. I just want to say, I sent all the victims healing and love. I'm sorry this happened to you. Lol, Grafton Hotel on Sunset. Okay, on my way. Okay, I'm here. Super, bro, you're fast. 2:30. I live kind of close. I'm at 2:30. A screenshot has also been circulating of Zillakami asking girl for her age ID, and people thought that he said this to one of the victims, but the girl said that this was to some random girl from Turkey who has nothing to do with the victims. So anyways, this is pretty in-depth. It's all the evidence against Zillakami. Not gonna lie, he is cooked. So cooked. Right now on his subreddit, there's a mega thread. They're making jokes about his lyrics. I got a Nissan, you want to ride? Like, yo, do these images make it worse? Apparently, he also made another statement. So he responded to the allegations in a group chat. I can't post the screenshots or tell you what he said verbatim, okay? But overall, he's just avoiding questions about the situation and being very hush-hush about it because of quote-unquote lawyers. He's confirmed his initial response was about his ex and not sleazy. And not once did he hint or say sleazy was lying or that he's innocent. He just said he's not a creep. Then he sent a photo of his car for some reason. Yeah, it's not looking good for that situation at all. Okay, people, this is like his fans' reactions in a subreddit. So they made a mega thread about it. Someone said, thank God I never got that tattoo. Someone else said, I literally got a city morgue tattoo 2 months ago and made the joke to my friend that there better not be any controversial news about these two in the future. Yeah, you're gonna need a good artist for the cover up. Someone said, why don't rappers just be with normal people? Yeah, crazy. Rip Zilla's career. Completely self-inflicted too. Not like he had to murk somebody and go to jail for life. It just had to be some EDP stuff. Underground artists deciding whether to drop new music or text people not of age. Okay, so another thing I want to say is that I want to give a little more context. Zillakami hasn't dropped. So City Morgue hasn't dropped since like 2020. Zillakami hasn't dropped in like 2 years other than random features. But they have been touring and going crazy. They toured with the S-Word Boys. I don't know if you can say the first part of the name on YouTube. And it was sold out. They did really well. Here's another person's response. He said, this whole situation is really disappointed. I knew Zilla was cool with 6ix9ine and P, but I never thought it would turn out like this. What he did was bad, but it was wrong. But is it wrong that I still like his music? You could say I'm coping, whatever. City Morgue and Zilla have some seriously amazing music. Do you think I'll change my car playlist after this blows over? Probably not. And most of his fans are like, God damn it. Oh my God. And he doesn't have one of those fan bases where they're all going to bat. Like they posted a picture of him, Diddy. They're pretty much all condemning his actions. Of course, whenever you have a fan base this large, people are always going to be coming for your defense. Like for example, people were harassing the victims. They were doxing the other girls. I'm sure they did all sorts of horrible things to Sleazy, I think her name is. So whenever you're that big, people are always going to you're always going to have a portion of your fan base coming to bat for you no matter what. And that's what's been happening in this case. But it looks like for the most part, his career is done. Like these are just too serious to ignore. You know, people do things like, this is something that I don't even think like Cardi could get away with, you know, or someone from Opium. Like, this is bad, bro. This is so bad. And I'm not trying to like, because these are serious allegations. I'm just saying, like, you know, these are really career-ending allegations. The fact that he's taking legal, these matters into like the court and trying to sue, or I don't know what he's trying to do, or is so dumb because he's just gonna expose himself more if you think about it. Like, imagine they call Sleazy, like, you know, and trying to produce, you know what, underage videos and messing with this many. And think about it, if these many have already come out, there are probably more. Yeah, not good at all. Not good at all. Anyways, he's definitely a creep, definitely a bad dude. It's gonna be interesting to see what Sus Mula says, but yeah, it's not looking good for them, or him, Zillakami. Anyways, let me know what you think. Personally, I've never been the biggest City Morgue fan. Listened to a couple of their songs. It's just not really my thing, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and see you tomorrow. Bye.